Josh Carter walked into his own dealership, but today, he wasn't the owner. Just another customer. Dressed in jeans, a plain shirt, and a baseball cap, no one recognized him. He wanted to see how his business truly operated when no one knew who he was. After eyeing a truck, he started talking to a salesman, but just as he was about to make a deal, a voice behind him made him freeze. "Don't buy from here, man. This dealership is a scam. Hello, my name is Michael Miles. Before we start, please subscribe to the channel." Josh turned slowly. A middle-aged man stood there, his face tight with frustration. His clothes were worn, and his hands were rough. Probably a hard-working man. Josh's heart pounded. His dealership? A scam? He had spent years building his business, ensuring top-quality service. The salesman, a young guy with a slick haircut and a forced smile, tensed up. "Sir, that's not true. We offer the best deals in town." The man scoffed. "Best deals? You ripped me off. You sold me a truck with engine issues and refused to fix it. My family depends on that truck, and now I'm stuck." His voice shook with anger, but there was something deeper. Defeat. Josh felt a wave of unease. This wasn't just a random complaint. The man's pain was real. "I'm sorry to hear that," Josh said carefully. "What happened exactly?" The man eyed him suspiciously. "Why do you care?" Josh hesitated. If he revealed who he was, the test would be over. He needed the truth. "I'm thinking of buying a truck here. If they scammed you, I should know." The man sighed. "I saved up for 2 years, bought a truck here last month. 2 weeks later, the engine started knocking, took it back, and they gave me the runaround. 'Not our problem,' they said. Now I'm stuck with a broken truck and no money." Josh clenched his jaw. His employees were supposed to take care of customers, not do this. The salesman forced a laugh. "Sir, you probably didn't maintain it properly." The man's face turned red. "I'm a mechanic. Don't insult me." Josh's stomach twisted. If this was true, his business had a serious problem. He needed to find out who was responsible, and fast. Josh Carter kept his expression neutral, but inside, his blood was boiling. If what this man was saying was true, then someone at his dealership was scamming hard-working customers and using his name to do it. He needed to dig deeper, but he had to be smart about it. He turned to the salesman. "So, what's the policy here? If a truck has issues right after purchase, do you guys help out?" The salesman hesitated, glancing at the frustrated customer before forcing another fake smile. "Well, sir, we offer extended warranties, but if a customer declines, we can't be responsible for what happens later. It's all in the contract." Josh folded his arms. "What if the truck had problems from the start?" The salesman shrugged. "We inspect every vehicle before selling. If there were issues, the customer would have known before driving off the lot." Josh noticed how the salesman kept avoiding eye contact with the man behind him. He wasn't just giving a standard sales pitch. He was covering something up. The customer scoffed. "Yeah, right. I came back 3 times. The first time they told me the noise would go away. The second time they said it was normal wear and tear. And the third time? They suddenly discovered a major issue and told me it would cost thousands to fix." Josh's stomach churned. If this was how customers were being treated, it was a disaster. Not just for business, but for his own name. He turned to the man. "Do you have proof?" The man's eyes narrowed. "What are you, a lawyer?" Josh kept his tone calm. "No, just someone who doesn't like getting scammed either." The man reached into his jacket, pulled out a folded stack of papers, and slapped them onto the hood of a nearby truck. Josh unfolded them. Service invoices, complaints, and a copy of the original sales contract. He scanned through them, and his hands tightened around the paper. The truck was sold with a clean bill of health, but less than a month later, the service department had marked it with engine failure. Customer declined repairs. Except, according to the man, he never declined anything. Josh inhaled sharply. Someone was lying. The salesman's smile wavered. "Look, sir, I don't know what you're trying to prove, but..." Josh cut him off. "Who handled this sale?" The salesman shifted uncomfortably. I'd have to check. Josh didn't need him to check. He already knew. The salesman's reaction said it all. He was the one who sold the truck. Josh took one last look at the struggling customer, the exhaustion, the frustration, the quiet desperation in his eyes. He couldn't let this slide. He turned back to the salesman, his voice low and firm. "Get your manager, now." The salesman's face went pale. His mouth opened, then closed, like he was searching for an excuse. But Josh wasn't giving him an inch. "I said, get your manager, now." The customer beside him crossed his arms, watching closely. Other employees in the dealership started to notice the tension. A few looked away, pretending not to hear, while others exchanged nervous glances. The salesman cleared his throat. Sir, our manager is very busy." Josh cut him off. "Then you better make sure he gets unbusy real fast." Defeated, the salesman sighed and disappeared into a back office. Josh took the moment to glance at the other employees. How many of them knew about this? How deep did this problem go? The customer beside him shook his head. "They're not going to help. I already talked to the manager. You know what he told me? It's your problem now." His jaw clenched. "I work construction. That truck was supposed to get me through the next 10 years. Instead, I'm paying for a repair I can't afford." Josh exhaled slowly, rage simmering just beneath the surface. This wasn't just bad business. It was pure betrayal. The door to the back office swung open, and a broad-shouldered man in his 50s stepped out. His suit was crisp, his watch expensive, and his expression unreadable. Josh recognized him immediately. Derek Mills, his general manager for the past 8 years. Derek walked up with a polished smile, extending his hand. "How can I help you, sir?" Josh didn't take the handshake. He held up the service invoices. This man was sold a truck with hidden issues, and when he came back for help, he got the runaround. Derek barely glanced at the papers before shaking his head. "Sir, I'm sorry, but we follow strict policies. If a customer buys a vehicle as is, we can't take responsibility for future problems." Josh's jaw tightened. "He's lying straight to my face." The customer exploded. "That's not what happened. You guys knew the truck had problems and still sold it to me. I tried getting help and your service department told me to deal with it." Derek sighed dramatically. "Look, I understand your frustration, but there's nothing I can do." Josh studied Derek's face. There wasn't even a hint of guilt, just the same smooth corporate indifference. Josh took a step closer, lowering his voice. "So, you're telling me you're fine selling bad vehicles? You don't care about customers like him?" Derek smirked slightly. "It's business. Not everyone can win." Josh's blood ran cold. This was it, the truth. Derek didn't just know. He was the one running the scam. Josh glanced at the struggling customer beside him. The man had no idea who Josh really was, but he was about to find out. Josh turned back to Derek and spoke 3 words that made the entire room go silent. "I own this dealership." Derek's smug expression vanished. The salesman froze. Employees stopped in their tracks, eyes wide. The customer beside Josh inhaled sharply. "Wait, what?" Josh took a deep breath, locking eyes with Derek. "This dealership is my name, my business, and you just admitted to scamming customers under it." His voice was calm, but the storm in his eyes was undeniable. Derek took a step back, suddenly looking nervous. "Josh, I didn't mean—" Josh didn't let him finish. "We're about to find out exactly how much damage you've done." He pulled out his phone and started dialing. Josh Carter held his phone to his ear, his heartbeat steady but his mind racing. Across from him, Derek Mills, his own general manager, stood frozen, his confidence shattered. Employees whispered among themselves, the entire dealership hanging in tense silence. The customer beside Josh blinked in shock. "Wait, you own this place? You're the boss?" Josh nodded, but his eyes never left Derek. "I am, and I just heard my own manager admit to scamming people." Derek's mouth opened, then closed. Sweat formed on his brow. "Josh, listen, this is a misunderstanding. Things get complicated in sales. Josh ignored him. The call connected. Yeah, it's me, Josh said into the phone. I need my legal team here, now. Derek's face turned white. Josh. Josh held up a hand, silencing him. Not another word. He turned to the customer. Sir, I promise you, whatever happened here is going to be made right. You're not leaving today without a solution. The man, still in shock, shook his head. I just wanted someone to listen. I never thought. He exhaled. I was ready to just walk away. Josh's jaw tightened. That's exactly what they wanted. By now, other customers had started paying attention. Employees shifted uncomfortably, probably wondering how deep this issue went. How many more people had been scammed under his nose? Josh turned back to Derek. Tell me right now, how many other customers have you done this to? Derek's hands trembled slightly. Josh, listen. Every dealership. Wrong answer. Josh gestured to a group of employees. Bring me the full sales records for the last year, and every customer complaint you've buried. A few hesitated. Josh's voice hardened. That wasn't a request. They scrambled into the office. Derek's breathing quickened. Josh, you don't understand how this business works. Margins are tight. Sometimes you have to bend the rules to... Josh slammed his hand on the desk, making everyone jump. You don't bend rules at the cost of people's livelihoods. The office door swung open. A nervous employee stepped out, holding a thick folder. Sir, I think you should see this. Josh snatched it and flipped through the papers. His stomach twisted. Dozens of customers, complaints ignored, repairs denied, sales marked as final despite hidden issues. Derek swallowed hard. Josh, we can fix this. You don't have to. You're done. Josh's voice was ice. Clean out your office, effective immediately. Derek opened his mouth to argue, but saw the unshakable look in Josh's eyes. He knew there was no way out. He turned and stormed toward his office, slamming the door behind him. Josh took a deep breath before turning to the employees. From this moment forward, this dealership will be honest, or you will be gone. Every single customer that was wronged will be made right. A few nodded quickly. Others looked at the ground, guilty. Josh turned to the man who had exposed the truth. Your truck is getting fixed, on the house, and if you still don't trust us, you can pick any other one on the lot. The man's eyes widened. You're serious? Josh nodded. Dead serious. Tears welled up in the man's eyes, but he quickly wiped them away. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Josh exhaled. This was just the beginning. He had a lot of work to do, but one thing was clear. His name would stand for integrity, no matter what it took.